Hello, collective. Welcome to Music Channeling. Okay, the song that is playing that is a part of your message. Okay, um, so let's dive into it. I do have some specifics. I feel like the overall message is me just paraphrasing from the song. This person has done you wrong multiple times, and they're asking for your forgiveness, and they miss you more than just your body. So you're somebody that stimulates them intellectually, you're sexy, you're smart, you're kind, you're gorgeous, okay? And they shouldn't have done you wrong, but they did, and now they're seeking for your forgiveness, okay? Now, I got this song on the 9th of April, okay? So any changes that's relevant for the viewer that's watching, I am channeling coming home, okay? So the change here is that they're coming home, like literally, like coming home back to you, coming home back to themselves. We got this card here. Maybe it's something that you don't know. It could be hidden, it could be secret. So that is something that is going to change. Whatever was hidden, whatever was a secrecy, um, behind closed door is about to be open and revealed for you. Okay. For whoever resonates with coming home as the message, that could be a secret as well, which will be revealed. Okay. Um, so that's the change. Okay. I got some specifics. I have to be honest, obviously, but like that could also be symbolic as well. Like somebody's ready to be honest with themselves, with the situation. But no, message number one, I am your girlfriend, okay? So this makes me feel like there's a third party here, okay? A third party situation where it's like somebody's like, no, I am that person's girlfriend, and you're like, what do you mean, right? Or vice versa. You might confront other individual and be like, no, I am the collective that's their girlfriend, you know? But I also feel like somebody is not being honest as well. That's for the message number one. Whoever is like, I'm your girlfriend, I don't know. I know who's gonna say this. Like, I feel like it's a statement. There might be some sort of weird. Let's put a card to it. Let's put a card to it. Um, Something about the Easter egg or the Easter. Easter just passed. Um, so I don't know if this could have happened during Easter time. All my readings are timeless, but yeah, something about a third party revelation, a secret coming out, somebody saying that I'm their girlfriend, or I'm your girlfriend. Somebody, a feminine energy is stating this to somebody else, okay? Maybe you're stating it to your person as well, and you're asking like, are you like, am I really your girlfriend? Like, am I really a person? So I don't know. So in terms of that message, the card that came out is this one. Okay, so basically they're missing you, thinking of you, and another person is not. Okay, somebody is nostalgic, another person is not. Okay. Um, oh, I'm tuning into something weird now. For one person or whomever resonates, when you guys became official, they could have started their cheating BS, or they were already involved, but you didn't know that they were involved. So you might come across as the second person in their life instead of the other one, or vice versa. Okay? So that's message number one. And then we have a lot of names, okay? And I feel like these could be the people that they were involved with, or these could be your names collective, okay? Or somebody's names. The first name is this, Julissa, okay? Right after that, I got she's a liar. So somebody feels some type of way about Julissa, or Julissa feels some type of way about a liar, okay? I'm just gonna pull a card in that because right after there was a bunch of names that came through during the day. So we got this card here, which is like my friendship card. And then we got this one here. So somebody in relation to Julissa, you could have been like, we're just friends. It's not that deep. Don't overthink it, right? And somebody was right on the money with their intuition, right? So in this sense, I either feel like somebody is painting out Julissa to be somebody that they're not, or she's doing this. But the basis of their connection is that, based on the cards, they see it as a friendship, which makes me feel like Julissa was never really in this relationship or something. Okay? Lord. So, we got Monica, Jessica, and Allie. Those are the three names that came right after that first name in that situation. So I'm just gonna, I feel like there is symbolism and relevance here when it comes to the names, okay? I'm gonna just do one for Monica. I'm channeling right now, based on that name, she could be really pissed off, okay? Or you're pissed off at Monica, okay? I am tuning into that. Based on the cards here, look, we got this one here, frustrated, don't feel good, jealous, ego, fear, mentality, self-sabotage. So, I mean, you guys heard it already. I feel like the correlation here is that she is pissed off or you're pissed off, okay? This card also fell out. She could be overthinking in their head, or you are doing this, okay? If your name is Monica. Let's go on to the next name, Jessica. So in terms of Jessica, she has already moved on, or you as Jessica has already moved on. You saw this connection with this masculine as something, very brief. It was giving you were there for a short time, not a long time. And that's that, no hard feelings. You were kind of like in and out, okay? Next name, Allie. In terms of Allie, she's heartbroken. She's going through it. She is grieving. She feels lost, okay? She's the one, in terms of, based on the cards, that feels hurt the most, okay? That is most affected, whether she was the girl in passing or whether she is the girlfriend. So for instance, if you're watching Allie as the girlfriend, you feel distraught, right? But even if you were just somebody that this masculine was just having fun with, you're still affected by this on the same level, okay? So there's that. Now, the next message here is somebody's crying and they're angry, but it's kind of like they're so angry that they're crying. When you're so frustrated, you start to cry. This is specifically linked to a masculine energy, okay? A male, so a man here, or a masculine energy, they're so upset, angry that they're crying, okay? I feel like it has to do with the secret is out of the bag, okay? And they don't know what to do, okay? The last message of the channel insights are somebody could be Hispanic, Latino, okay? It could be a situation where is you're Latin American and the other person is a white American, okay? Um, that doesn't have, again, with the specifics of it all, please take what resonates. I still channel as we go. Okay. So I just need to clarify it because they're coming through for a reason. But I'm gonna do this. How for each name, in terms of this masculine, how are they feeling? So we're gonna start first with Julissa. Based on the Aromas Angel card, how is this masculine feeling for her? So I'm tuning into frustration or upsetness, but we also got this one here. So they still wanna keep it lighthearted. They still want to flirt. Okay. I'm also tuning into they don't really see it as something serious, but they could also be quite upset because perhaps they don't get to flirt with them anymore. Okay. Because remember, going back to the um, fourth message here, a masculine is upset so much that they're crying. And I feel like it's in relation to them not having their cake and eat it too. Okay. So in terms of Julissa, this man here still wants to flirt with them. Okay. And I feel like they're upset because they can't do that anymore. Okay. Next name. How is this masculine feeling for Jessica? In terms of Jessica, so we got a few cards. Basically, they feel like it's unrequired. The chemistry has died down. They kind of feel like Jessica might be, a little bit high maintenance. Okay. Thinks too much of themselves. I don't know if there was some sort of materialistic energy going on, but they do recognize the religious connection or the spiritual connection that they have. So this is why they were so attached to this Jessica or to you, Jessica, okay? But the energy has died down basically because of some sort of ego or materialism that this masculine is perceiving, okay? On to the next name is Allie. How is this masculine feeling for Allie? So in terms of that, I guess they don't want to be friends anymore, and they're not even going to say anything. I'm getting the energy of like they will probably ghost Allie and keep it like that. Okay, if your name is Allie, they're ghosting you. They don't want to keep the friendship, aka the connection going, and that's that. Okay. I'm also tuning into Jennifer. So maybe they picked Jennifer over you, Allie. Let's see. Yeah, Jennifer came in between here, Allie. So they are going with Jennifer in terms of relationship to their liking. Okay? All right. So I'm not going to clarify anymore, but we're going to do a little, breakdown. I'm trying to stay on topic a little bit. If you're watching for a feminine and you didn't recognize anything that resonated in the specifics, these are your cards in this situation during this time. So if watching for a feminine right now, I feel like they're pretty balanced. They don't feel stressed at all. Something could happen before the 23rd, okay? Or 23 years of age could be relevant, or younger, or like in your guys' 20s. That could be symbolic. You guys could be in your 20s. 37 could be relevant as well. You guys could be in that age bracket. Hopefully there is, never mind. So, so basically, for some other individuals I was watching, these feminines are kind of like in their head a lot. They feel a little bit crazy. I'm tuning into, it could be hormonal or HORMONAL, okay? But they feel like for some, you got feminines, aka females that are watching for, they are not bothered at all. Like they really don't give a fuck. And then there are some feminines that feels kind of crazy about this entire situation. That is overthinking, that is in their head about how to go about you. going forward. Okay. A lot of them feels like, they want to be with you and, keep the sexual energy going, but it's like, yeah, they kind of don't know where you stand, basically. And this is, for some feminines, they really don't give a fuck what you do, what you decide, because they really don't care. For others, they're actually going to be going a bit crazy. And ultimately, you still dealt with them on an essential level. It's the thing where it's like, what, the ball is in your court, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is if you're watching for feminine. 20, like I said, could be relevant. 23, 37, age or timeline. 34, 30s and 40, 30s and 20s could be relevant. I think I almost said 40s. I didn't feel that way, but let's throw it in, whatever age you are, okay? I'm just going based on the cards. So if you're watching for masculine, their energy towards you, if you don't resonate with the specifics, I'm tuning into somebody's name is Anthony or Antonio. So we're going to just pull a card for Antonio, Anthony. This person has moved on, okay, or will move on from you. That ship has sailed. Number 3 could be relevant in terms of the timeline. Like 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 days, 3 hours. They're going to just be like, they're out of there, okay? And I'm tuning into, like, if you're dealing with Antonio, Anthony, no hard feelings, okay? So there's that. But yeah. As you're watching for masculine, the energy towards you. So we got this one in reverse. So they might feel a little bit like delusional when it comes to you. Okay? So it's kind of like they feel delusional because there's no message sent, or they haven't heard from you, or you haven't reached out. 27 could be relevant. Number 1, timeline, age. Obviously, 1, not in the bracket of the age. Just use logic here. But yeah, this masculine here, or these masculines, they're in delusional land because you haven't said anything. Okay, so I guess whatever the case may be, they don't know what's real, basically. Okay, so they do want to come in and say sorry, or you want to come in and say sorry to them. But whatever the case may be, they're in a different mentality of what actually took place because they haven't heard from you. So, okay, like behind the scenes though, like you still have their heart. You're the one that has the key here. So 33 could be relevant, 26. Their emotions, if they're watching for masculine, their emotions for the viewer based on the cards. We got this one here. So they feel like you share a past life connection. Yeah. The thing is, they're like in a different mentality, so I don't think that they're gonna take this so hard like that. Like let's say if you're the one that kind of stepped out of this connection and did, again, based on the song, did them wrong, they're still gonna be like, well, as long as you're coming back, I guess, like, everything is good, That's how I feel. I don't know, but I don't feel like I'm not gonna sit here like feminists can't do bullshit, because we can do equally as much bullshit as a masculine, okay? But if we're gonna switch it around, I don't feel like they're gonna take it to heart. If you did something to trigger them, they will be upset, but it's like they want to be with you, so they rather not react. Okay, I'm getting the energy of like Like if you happy wife, happy life. So I don't think that's the case though, but I feel like it's more so a masculine needs to atone for their sins or their wrongdoings. Um, but there is a masculine here that is like in delusional land. If they did something wrong, but also if, let's say if you did, they're still gonna be like non-reactive to it because you guys haven't had the discussion. So if nothing is said, everything is all right. Everything is good. Let's see what happens if you do speak up. If they have done wrong, their reaction based on the cards. Based on the cards, so we got this one here. If they did you wrong, watching for masculine here, they want to heal this. Okay? So they're like, I want to go to therapy. I'm, improving myself. Let's go to therapy together. Let's talk it out. Like, is how do I say? I would say this though. If they did you wrong in that sense, they're very much like, let's heal together collective. Okay? And they're going to put in the work to heal together with you. So that won't happen. But I will say for a slight moment, what I'm channeling right now is that for some, they might be terrified, but I don't think they will showcase this. It's going to be more so whereas like, let's just heal this together. Let's make this work. But it's like, they're going to take accountability, responsibility, and you will see them actively heal. Okay? So yeah, and you will see the fruit of their labor. Okay, that's what I got though. As a feminine watching for this masculine or these masculines, this is your affirmation cards. So we got this one here. Stay focused. Remember you're valuable. And we got this one here. I'm open to receive. I'm abundant. You have abundance to you. Like, whether they do you wrong or you did, but in this case, I feel like they did. You're gonna receive the most out of this. Okay, let me just say that. Okay, so I guess it's a wrap. Hopefully, it makes sense. Okay, I'm tuning into January, the first of the month of this year based on Western calendar. January 1st, 2025. Something took place. So we're going to do the initials, but I am also, again, channeling as we go. Something took place on the 1st of New Year's, okay? Western calendar. Where it's like somebody was really, really pissed the fuck out, okay? So I'm going to pull some cards. So based on, we got here, okay, so what happened at the beginning of the year is that things were actually going well. Then all of a sudden there was some love bombing, there was a union happening, a wedding, or somebody divorced. Hold up. At the beginning of the year, things were supposed to go well. It went well. Okay? There was also somebody that was kind of found out about being a narcissist. Okay? The thing is, somebody didn't heal, so they did wrong already. They were contemplating on getting married or sticking with you in this relationship. Okay, so for some of you guys, you're with a narcissist, okay? So if they cheated, at the beginning of the year, you watching this reading is your confirmation on that your person is a narcissist. You guys already know how I feel about narcissistic individuals. I don't think they can change. That is my personal opinion on narcissistic people. I do believe that people can change, but after going through a lot of narcissistic experiences with individuals, I'm watching Dr. Romani. She's like a narcissistic expert on YouTube. It really opened my eyes. I feel like there was a time where a lot of people were just spewing out the word narcissism, that like it was, I don't know, the buzzword of 2024. Okay. This one, you might feel like your person has narcissistic tendencies, because I can't tell if they're diagnosed or not, because I can't tell. Okay. But basically, again, based on the cards, things were good for a while with this person that probably had other people. There was some sort of cheating happening or revelation at the beginning of this year, 2025, aka in January. So things worked out, okay? But then some bullshit happened again, and I think that's why I'm getting this song again. You might resonate with the past reading I did like a year ago, something. I'm not quite sure if I mentioned narcissism in that reading. I know this feels very light, but listen, last year when I was doing my messages, it was pretty grim. It was very, it wasn't given love and light at all. Far from it. So you might resonate with that past reading. Okay, you can see this as a part 2, especially if you resonated with dealing with a partner that you are like, that's a complete narcissism to a T in your eyes. The whole thing, they love bomb you. Things were good for a while. They could have had another relationship. You were in this relationship with them, a whole ass wedding. There was like no more, and then all of a sudden you gave them a chance, and the same bullshit, same shit, different day happened. Okay, so if you resonate with that, please go and tune in to the other messages. But I feel like that's for somebody now. And in your defense, at some point, if you feel some type of way when it comes to the messages, specifically watching for masculine, I do understand you being upset. Very valid. Okay. That's why I channel as we go. Okay. Please don't be upset at the messenger. Give me some time. Okay. So with that being said, we got initials, first, middle, last. Okay. As you guys can see, please take what resonates. I also do believe in the past I used to read a lot of the initials. We're not going to do that today. It's because just time. Time management is not how it used to be in my life. But if you're intuitive, you might see something for you that kind of makes sense in your person's situation. So yeah, okay. Why are they so upset? Somebody's so very much upset though. Let's pull a card. So the card that came out was this one. So the reason why you're still upset is because you're not upset anymore. You're not sad. You don't need them. You're not overwhelmed. So you're not sad over this person in the situation. You're just angry. But if you're angry, collective, you have to let it go. Especially if you cut them off. I don't know. what else you can do. But let's add another advice card. Anger only feels, this low vibration. But the card that came out is this one. So my truth is valid. So you could be upset because you feel like your truth is not being validated. Okay? Make it so. Because let me be for real. We got one life, YOLO. If we do not speak up, who do we have but ourselves? So make sure that your truth is valid. The thing is, dealing with a narcissist in your life, to have your truth being validated, I don't want to be like that, but again, in my personal experience, narcissistic people can't change. They cannot change. So if you want your truth to be validated by them, it's hard. Look up Dr. Romani. She's like an expert on narcissism. Like, hey, don't take my word on it. Go and check out an expert. She might be able to break it down for you. Why you're upset, why you can't let it go, why your truth doesn't feel validated. When it comes to the other individuals and so on, like, I'm gonna tell you this as well. Like, a narcissist, they don't change. They cannot change. Like, if they say they're sorry, if you're upset, they don't care. They really don't. And maybe you want to be like, and my truth needs to be validated or it's being altered. Like, go where you appreciate it, because sometimes the best way is to just let go. Don't take my word for it. I don't know. I really don't know. But for those that are not dealing with a narcissistic individual, they are sorry and they're willing to put in the work. It's kind of up to you where you need to do in terms of making this functional with them, okay? Because they will put in the work. And like I said before, at the beginning of this reading, there's going to be a revelation, a secret that's coming out that's been hidden. Okay, it could be all of this that I'm talking about in this reading. It could be one specific to another, but overall, again, if it's not a narcissistic individual, you guys will be okay. Okay, because they will put in the work. Because I'm gonna tell you this: if somebody cheated on you, they will do whatever it takes to make amends. But there's also such thing as a habitual cheater. I don't feel like that's the case. But again, if your person has narcissistic tendencies or a narcissist in your eyes, documented or not, you know what to do. You already know my opinion. I referenced a whole expert on this. My advice card is to leave. Okay, I'm tuning into you trying to reason with a narcissist. It doesn't work. You can't. Like, I don't know. So I guess you have to be upset. I'm sorry. Okay, it has to hurt, and they could have done a lot. They could have seduced you. They love bomb you. I don't know how else to break it down. You being hurt, they don't care because they did it for their benefit. They really did. Like, maybe you're trying to find a light in it. Again, I feel like I need to be repetitive. If they're not a narcissist, you guys are going to be okay, But if you're like, no, blah, 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 and you're like, they're a narcissist, then you know what to do. But if your person in your eyes are not a narcissist, it's not a narcissist, then you know what to do henceforth, okay? So, sorry that I'm being all like this, but hopefully it makes sense to one person, okay? So I just got a message about something like cosmic. Okay, something could happen in the energy shift as well, so you might be feeling very affected by this person during this time. I do believe it's like the full moon in a couple of days, that might also be something that's like, you know, making you think about this person, feeling a little bit cray cray. Okay. Um, but I know. But this is all for today, collective. When it comes to this reading, thank you for stopping by and go out on the journey that is your life. I'm also channeling she can't go yet, or I can't go yet. So I know, collect. I'm gonna leave it at that, okay?